Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with number 4 in the series, the most fantastic chess moves ever played. This one is from the Aksamov Memorial in 1987. White was Yevgeny Vladimirov, black was Vladimirov-Epishin, two grandmasters. Although Epishin might not have been a grandmaster just yet. Let's look at the game. e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6. This is all theory. Knight c3, e6, g4, h6, h4, bishop e7. We're in a very sharp variation of the open Sicilian. g5, h takes g5, bishop takes, knight c6, queen d2, a6, white castled queenside, bishop d7, f4, and now a new move. Knight takes d4 was not played before, a new move from Epishin. Queen takes, bishop c6, rook g1, queen a5, bishop h3, queen c5, queen d3, b5, f5, b4, attacking the knight, and we're getting huge complications now. White played bishop e3, attacking the queen, so there's no time to take the knight. Queen a5 and queen c4, hitting the bishop with check. So bishop went to b7, and now Vladimirov took on e6. That is a piece sacrifice, and white had to, because if he would have played the knight away, for example, to e2, then there is rook c8, and black has a very strong attack. After f takes e6, Epishin took the piece on c3, rook takes g7, and d5. Queen b3 from Vladimirov, attacking the b7 bishop, and here Epishin took on b2 with check. It was very hard to foresee, but that's already the losing mistake. The only move that keeps the balance is saving the bishop with bishop c6. And then if we get the same variation as in the game, e takes f7 check, king f8, rook d g1, then there is the only move, bishop c5, attacking the bishop on e3, which white needs for his attack. Through the bishop also attacking the rook if the bishop goes, and making a square on e7 for the king. All this very hard to foresee. Also, instead of c takes b2 check, a move like rook b8 is no good, as there are variations later where white can sacrifice the queen with queen takes b7, and in many variations black needs to keep his rook on the 8th rank for defense, so queen takes b7 then wins. All very complicated. Back to the game. C takes b2 check was played, king b1 from Vladimirov, and now queen b5, threatening to swap the queens. And here Vladimirov strikes with e takes f7 check. The king has to go to f8. If you go to d8, there's a very nice mate. Bishop b6 check. Queen takes only move, and queen takes b6 is a very nice checkmate. So king f8 was played. Rook d g1, bringing more pieces into the attack. Epishin thought that he could swap the queens to alleviate the pressure. Queen takes b3, and here comes one of the most fantastic moves ever played. Vladimirov corked out bishop e3 to h6. Double exclamation mark. What an amazing move. And why is this move so amazing? Well, let's look at the most straightforward variation first. You cannot save your queen with, for example, queen b5, because then there is rook h7 checkmate. Very nice checkmate. So that is the threat. Rook h7 checkmate is the threat. You cannot take the bishop either. Rook takes h6, because then there is rook g8 check. Very nice, because if you take that rook with the knight, there is f takes g8 queen checkmate. And if instead of knight takes g8 you take the pawn with your king, then there is rook 1 to g7 checkmate. Also very nice. So the only move that is left after bishop h6 is knight g4. But that doesn't work either. That was played in the game. Vladimirov played rook h7 check, knight took on h6, rook took on h8 with check, king takes pawn, and the winning move, rook back to h7 check. It's the only move, as white still has to take the queen back, and the rook on h8 was attacked by the rook on a8, but rook h7 wins the game. Here Epishin resigned. Let's look why he resigned. If he had played king e8, then white takes the queen back, and you cannot avoid losing the knight. For example, knight f7, rook g7, and you will lose a piece. And white is then an exchange up and will win the game. You can also not go to f8 with your king to avoid this variation, because then white takes the queen back and you can still not save your piece. For example, knight f7, and then rook f1 is the strongest move, and you're going to lose that pinned knight. Finally, if you take on e4, grabbing that pawn, then white will take on h6, is an exchange up, and has a winning advantage. What a beautiful game, what an amazing attack from white, and what a move, bishop e3 to h6. One of the most fantastic moves ever played, and I hope you agree. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on YouTube. You also may want to check out my Chess to Progress channel, the link is in the description box. This is Rick from Chess to Impress. Thank you very much for watching.